What up, everybody? How we all doing this evening? What a busy week we had. This is the Transformer Slag podcast, Saturday night, live stream, main event. This is the face that runs the place, Monday to Friday. I apologize for that. I know you could probably do better for yourself, but this is what you got to deal with tonight. My name's Proto Man. And we're going to talk Transformers. We got quite the week of Transformers. Quite the week. A lot of news, a lot of slides, a lot of reveals, a lot of cool stuff. Everything and then some. So we're going to get into that. We're going to cover all of that stuff. And then we're going to do some super chats from the lovely audience here, because I'm pretty sure there's a lot to talk about due to this week. So we're going to open up with probably the less exciting stuff, but shout out to Cringe McCringle, who I think is in the chat here today. He was the one who helped with this news, because he actually jumped on the grenade, so to speak, and actually bought some Micro Machine Transformer product and ended up with the official checklist of everything. So here you are, people, and specifically on the bottom right, how everything is going to look. How the 8-packs are going to look for both the movie 2007 and Revenge of the Fallen set. Supposedly, if you buy either one of those sets on the left, you have a chance of getting a Chase Bumblebee figure, or vehicle in this case, which is the one that's in the top middle there that says Chase. It's a clear Bumblebee, using clear plastic. I think it's based off of the 2009 Camaro design. So there's a chance of getting that. We know about our Barricade that's going to be packed in with the giant Bumblebee playset. And then we have the Micro Pack Series 1 that 50% of it is Transformer characters. The other 50% of it, unfortunately, is not Transformer characters. But we do know that there is a Chase Optimus Prime that's also clear. So I think Chase stuff is going to be clear, is going to be the thing. And then we got a G1 colored movie Starscream. We have a desert camo, kind of desert dirty Megatron. We got Cliff Jumper. We got Sideswipe rocking his Kissplay Rodimus colors for some weird reason. And Nemesis Prime, a Black Optimus. Here it is, people. The 2022 Micro Machines Transformers line. Go check it out. Supposedly was showing up in Target already. So if you are interested in this product, go check it out. I believe some people already bought the play sets, and those are already started shipping out too. There's a lot out there, guys. Go check it out. If you want to know the identification codes for all of this, check out my individual segments on it so you could find out how to figure out the codes for the mystery packs and all that kind of stuff. It is what it is, but for those who enjoy it and love it, like me, who love play sets and little micro Transformers, this is some awesome stuff. A little pricey, though, but it's some awesome stuff. Now let's jump into the stuff that was busy this week. Let's start with some Velocitron news. So this is stuff, in all honesty, that we knew these listings back in like December of 2021, and they were just kind of rumors, and we never really had anything that gave us a true indication if this was legit or not. The source that we got this information from was legit, but we didn't have any like Walmart listings or EAN codes or stuff like that. Now we have that stuff. So we have the case assortment listings, we have the EAN codes, and the images that you have here, these are just visual representations to give you an idea of what potentially these products will be. The other three are wild cards and are up in the air. People have said things, but I'll take it with a grain of salt for now. So again, the Legacy Velocitron Deluxe Class assortment. It's going to be a case rollout of 2 Blurs, 2 Road Rockets, 2 Burnouts, 1 Cosmos, and 1 Clampdown. Again, the Cosmos is probably going to be the hot item of the bunch. People want a brand new Cosmos figure, especially in the deluxe price point. Clampdown, he's got his stuff here and there. He got his original E-Hobby, he got his Masterpiece, and I'm pretty sure he'll get more toys in the future, just based on the fact that he's tied to a Lamborghini mold that's going to be used many times throughout Transformer history. But Cosmos kind of gets the short end of the stick. No pun intended on his shortness for a lot of other reasons. But again, this is a visual representation to give you guys an idea of what they will look like. Specifically stuff like Burnout that's based off of a Diaclone Skids color scheme, or the Honda City Turbo. Stuff like Road Hauler, that is a Constructicon colored repaint of the Grapple mold from back in the day from E-Hobby, and even before that, his limited appearance in More Than Meets the Eye Part 1, which wasn't actually in that color scheme, but that's a whole other story of history. On the bottom there that doesn't have images, we have Cosmos, we got Override, which people are saying it's a Studio Series 86 Hot Rod retool. We have to wait to see that. And the Velocitron Deluxe Class Blur. Some people are saying it's Armada Blur. It's going to use that Legacy Point Blank that we're going to see in Wave 3, and then it'll make more sense when it's all said and done. And if Legacy Class Point Blank actually comes with his Target Master, then you could even kind of retool that Target Master into a Mini-Con, and you get Incinerator. It makes sense. It makes sense on paper and the silhouette, but we'll see what happens. Again, just a mild visual representation of what's going on here. But there's more. There's more. Let's talk about more listings that showed up. Some repack listings. Transformers Legacy Deluxe Class Cheetor, Legacy Deluxe Class Wheeljack. And then we have our Stunticon breakdown, so finishing up all the Stunticons. Up to this point, we didn't know where the breakdown was going to fit in the Legacy lineup because we only had the listings for 2022. These are all listings for the 1st of January 2023. So this is the early indications of what Legacy will be the following year. The big one here, of course, not surprising, but the big one here, of course, is the Voyager class twin cast, the rebuilt blue repaint of Blaster after he unceremoniously lost the battle with Soundwave in an equal battle in a lot of ways in the Headmasters cartoon. Spoiler for a cartoon that came out 30 years ago. But it's going to be interesting to see what they're going to do with the partner. I'm kind of hoping for Rosanna. I did a little Rosanna repaint over there. Nothing too special. But just to give you kind of an idea of, like, I don't know. Who will it be? Who will it be? I don't know. It'd be cool maybe if they do Steel Jaw, but I think they'll go with an easy repaint. It'll just be the easy way to go about it. And then last one we have, these were Target exclusives that showed up. And again, we talked about these in the past, but now these Target exclusives reconfirm these. And on top of that, confirm the price points going into 2022 in a post-inflation world. And we have that of the multi-packs for Buzzworthy Bumblebee. And the multi-packs with Buzzworthy Bumblebee, and what's going on with that essentially is we're going to be in a situation where we get a bunch of weird stuff from pre-existing molds. So obviously the rumors that were online were we're going to get Goldbug. Is Goldbug going to be using that Walmart Netflix Bumblebee with the Goldbug head? We don't know. It says we're going to get Ransack. Is that going to be an extensive retool of the Kickback from Legacy? Because they have a similar kind of shape and design based off of the Deluxe Insecticon from 1985. We will see what happens with that. Is it going to be Toy Scorponok, using the Scorponok mold, but more specifically the Sandstorm Scorponok mold that we now have that has that new head sculpt, and doing the toy colors on it? We shall see. Is it going to be Paralyzer, taking that new Waspinator mold we got, giving it that very odd pink and white color scheme that Jesse Witherich did back in the day for BotCon? We shall see. And then the other listing we have here confirms what our price point for our Titan class is going to be. And what is really, really, really interesting about this is this listing proves what our price point for our Titan class is going to be in the post-inflation world. And what's more fascinating is the price matches up with this screenshot that we had from 6 months ago. In this screenshot, look what it says there for the MSRP, $189.99. And then this listing here, keep in mind, deluxe Titan classes didn't cost that back then when this image came out. So that adds more credence to the Cybertron Metroplex being legitimate. Either that or the insider that's trolling us at least knew what the MSRP was going to be in the new era. So very interesting. Very, 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 very interesting stuff, to say the least. So again, $189.99 is the Titan class price point for Legacy. And these are going to be stuff that are going to be showing up in Wave 3 of Legacy. So think second quarter of 2022, maybe July, maybe August. So keep that in mind too. Keep that in mind also. Just very interesting. It's very interesting that just that image that we had so many months ago, and everyone questioned its legitimacy, but it did get the MSRP inflation price right. So it really makes you wonder how far out people knew this stuff. Very interesting. Anyways, next up, we have, we had Walmart Collector Con, and we were all excited. Ooh, what are they going to reveal? And there was reveals, just not big ones on the Transformer front. And ultimately, in the end, only a few pre-orders went up in relation to those reveals. So what ultimately happened was we just got these guys that were shown to us. And I understand there's a lot of people that are not big fans of the Transformers RED line, and they feel it's a little, I guess, pricey. The MSRP on these ones are $24.99 USD, and the pre-orders in Canada for Canada Walmart is $29.99. It's almost $30. So we got G1 Galvatron and we got G1 Shockwave. These are going to be shipping out August 1st, 2022. So again, third quarter of the year. You know what? If you're a big fan of the 86 movie like I am, or a big fan of Shockwave, Shockwave is one of my favorite Decepticons, I could see these serving a purpose in a person's collection and why people would want to own these. But at the same time, it's also $24.99 for something that's a little bit of a deluxe class that doesn't transform and has that more, I don't know how to say it, gummy PVC kind of plastic to it that some people are not a fan of. So anyone who's a Marvel Legends collector will know exactly what I'm talking about. But again, to each their own. You know me, if there was like a hot rod one of this, it would be bought in a heartbeat. And I have the RC one that I got from Mikey and Louie, and I love that one. I think that's a fantastic one, and that sort of serves a purpose. But in a world where we already got a really good Shockwave toy across so many different platforms, whether it be Masterpiece or Siege's version or any others, and whatever we're going to get in the future, especially with Studio Series 86, I don't really know where this belongs, And Galvatron, I mean, we have so much Galvatron stuff right now. I guess they just want to put it out there, just in case. And I've said this before on the podcast, I feel that the RED line is aimed at a very different market than the traditional Transformer collector that transforms their product and stuff like that. I think this aims more at a more casual kind of market that just kind of wants to have an action figure on their desk. And, I can't hate on that, at least. To each their own. Next up, BotBots. So, we got a massive, massive, massive reveal drop from ScreenRant.com of all the Series 6 BotBots. Now, there's a lot to take in here. There's tons of new stuff. Some old molds that have been repainted into new characters. Some brand new ambitious molds that are absolutely awesome. This does raise a lot of questions because we had a different Series 6 that was teased to us that now I guess is in limbo. What has happened to that series? I do not know. That's the one that had the Dukes and all those different gemstones in it. They're not here. This is completely different stuff. But either way, very exciting. Here's some favorites of my own that I would like to see in my hand at some point. I picked these were selected from the bunch. Super chat your favorites if you like. But these are the ones that I'm intrigued by. The waffle looks pretty cool. The watermelon, I love how cool he has the little shades there and the tie. The 486 early 90s computer with side-by-side speakers, vertical tower, and B drive / A drive disc port. I love it. I absolutely love it. It gives me flashbacks. You have the poop, or some people call it ice cream, and then you have the bag of dog poop, which is they're doubling down on the poop. We have the mouse, which we actually saw in the BotBots cartoon, but we'll get into that in a moment. We have an Autobot logo transformer. That's pretty cool. I dig that one a lot. And he also has shades on him. He looks really cool. We got this gun transformer. What's cool about this one was actually designed by Mark from Hasbro's design team, who does all the Earthrise, Kingdom, and Legacy stuff. And Mark actually designed the gun, and he showed just recently today his design sketches on it. And supposedly that little piece there is removable. Supposedly you could get that little piece there that's on the edge there of the blaster. It's removable, so you could still have the gun without that little blast accessory. And he has a little Kremzeek face on it, so nice touch. Cringe McCringel is going to go with the robot poop. That's his favorite. Which looks a little bit like Where's Waldo or Where's Wally, depending on where in the world you read those books back in the day. It's I'm telling you, they're very very ambitious with this line. Then we have this one I really like. So they took the camera transformer and they turned it into a 1983, 1982 Atari 2600 joystick controller with red button. Super clever. I love that. The Atari 2600 was my first video game system. It also shows how old I am. But that's really awesome. Really cool. Between the old school computer and the old school joystick, they're talking to me here. We got a turkey. Look at that guy. He's jacked. Look at the legs on him. We got an egg, which looks devious. We got a bacon. So you got bacon and eggs. So we got a bacon transformer. We got a dog transformer just because dogs are awesome. That's all I got to say about that. We got the crazy cat lady transformer, which, oh man. Crazy cat lady transformer. So the black cat that turns into a crazy cat lady. And we got the steak, which up to this point we had SteakBot from, what do you call it? From Toy Story. There was the Steak Force, which was this transforming steak transformer in the Toy Story shorts. And now we got an official SteakBot transformer. Springus Prime says he wants the Auto Boy. He wants the Autobot logo. I think everyone wants that Autobot logo. And what's cool about it, too, it kind of has like a pixel art kind of look to it. Like, it's not like an Autobot logo per se. It's almost like an Autobot logo pixel art. Like, that's what they're going with. Looks really, 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 really cool. So those are some of my favorites from that. But then, and let me know again, who's your favorite? Let me know. I'll announce it for everyone. All the craziness. There's so much. There's so much. And just I want to also mention, on the bottom right there's Spud Muffin. It's actually very different than the actual Spud Muffin. They actually had different, there's a different face deco on it and everything. So, pretty awesome stuff otherwise. So yeah, pick your favorite. Let me know. Oh, and we got here, so... Olden Tolbert said Spud Muffin is the TFA Sentinel Starscream Galvatron. Anyone who was on my Instagram saw what I did there with that one. That was Aiden Tolder. And then Detective Ferret says, happy we're getting a hamster transformer and a BB watermelon reminds me of Patrick Star. Yeah, a little bit. It's true, eh? With the... Yeah, it's true. I could see that with because he's pink and he has the pointed head. I just like that he has the shades and the tie. That's kind of cool, that design. The hamster one, it kills me because Animated's Derek Wyatt, rest in peace, was a huge hamster and guinea pig fanatic. A lot of people don't know that about him. And he would have loved our very first hamster transformer. So that really sucks that he didn't live to get to see that. Man, that really sucks. But yeah, Awesome stuff, guys. Let me know who you, again, the hamster transformer for what Detective Ferret is talking about. It's on the top in the middle there, next to the rat one, which I'm pretty sure is going to get repainted in the Rat Trap and Pack Rat at some point. So many crazy ones, but we got more. We also have the Ruckus Rally with the two different systems. We got the, what is it called? The Roni Racer and the Outa Control. And what's cool about these is it gives people another opportunity to pick up some molds that were previously unavailable. Like, again, you could get Burgertron through this in a new deco. You could get, clearly what's going to be at some point, Ulf, which is the orange juice girl. This is obviously a different one. This one has, it looks like a dinosaur on the juice box packet. So it's a repaint of her. So obviously it's going to have a different face sculpt and all of that stuff. We got some like Nemesis version of the Pogo or the corn dog, and then we got a different paint scheme for Spud Muffin, which has a different facial expression this time around, as opposed to his more smirky one that he had. And then we have the Out of Control, which has the really cool stuff because it has the gun guy, which is the Kremzik mold. It has a transforming plush wizard into a robot. It has a arcade. Again, a repaint of that arcade one. And probably the most interesting of the bunch, and no one is talking about it, and I talked about it on the podcast, a collaboration that we saw out of nowhere. So the last member is a D&D player's guide. And it even has the Dungeons & Dragons logo right on the cover. The two little things sticking out are, D&D books. They always have like bookmarks that are like fancy. And it's literally a D&D player's guidebook. So this is technically like a collaboration with D&D and Transformers. Now, granted, I know that D&D is owned by Wizard of the Coast and Wizard of the Coast is owned by Hasbro. So that's how they're able to pull it off and get away with it. But they should really talk about this more because that's a big deal. That's an interesting crossover to have. I mean, we've had Magic cards based on Transformers, but we never really had any Transformers based on any stuff that was done on the Wizard of the Coast side of things. So that's really awesome. And I'm actually very excited about that, to get a cool little D&D Transformer. I'm surprised because there's an episode of BotBots, which we'll get into later, that's a LARPing episode. And I'm surprised this character didn't show up. He would have been perfect, but I guess maybe his design came much later after the show was put together. Just get a sip of water there. It's going to be a long day, guys. What do we got here? Detective Ferret also says, I love the not PlayStation controller. Yeah, and I think it's a she in the show, already has appeared too. So again, that's really cool, that D&D one. Really awesome stuff. And speaking of show, if you haven't already, and you've been under a rock, BotBots Season 1, the first 10 episodes, they're 21 minutes each, broken down in 10-minute segments, is out. It's on Netflix right now. It's available in multiple languages, and it's very good. I like it personally. I accept that it's not Shakespeare. We're not trying to tell a war and be grimdark or try to do stuff like that. But by the time you reach like episode 4 and 5 and they start actually fleshing out the characters' backgrounds, especially when you get to about episode 5 and they start talking about Bonsai's history and everything, it actually becomes a pretty compelling and enjoyable show. The first 2 episodes are pretty much staging like who these characters are. It's kind of like, gross and silly nature of the show. But then it kind of finds itself halfway through it, and it starts to get really, really good. And with characters like Frost Veratu and some personal favorites of mine that I'll get into in a moment. I mean, there's a lot of good stuff. I don't want to talk too much about it because maybe there's some people here in the stream today that have not watched it yet. So if you want to hear a full review by me about this, I've done a review on the full series. I saw it, actually got an early screener, so I got to see it. And, hey, man, it was really good. It was really good. That's all I'm going to say. And for anyone that's curious, yeah, Lady Macaron is best girl. I'm just saying that right now. This is all I got, really, because the only Macaron Transformer is this one here, the Flutter one there. But this doesn't turn into Lady Macaron, so hopefully she'll get her own brand new mold at some point. and she'll look awesome. And the other one I really like too, I like Starscope. I think his name is Starscope. I don't have his. I'd love to own his. A lot of the Series 3, 4, and 5 BotBots I never got because they never showed up here at all. Any ones that I got from any of the other series were gifts from people and stuff like that. And I'd love to get Burgertron and Kick Me. Never got those guys. They were tough to get for me. So if I could somehow track those down, awesome stuff. But hey, best girl, yo. Best girl. Fight me. Ojo-sama. The Ojo-sama of the Transformer world in a lot of ways. Michael Koo says the D&D BotBots done deal for me. Hey man, yo, I really want to get that one too. I wonder what his name is. They didn't post his name. And then Michael goes on to say just missing the PSAs at the end of each episode. Now, I think they're great. I think they're fantastic. It's a very well done series, and I'm really curious to see what season 2 does for us. I'm really curious. And speaking of doing stuff, here's something that I personally worked on. I've been behind the scenes working with Renegade Studios and Renegade Games on the Transformers deck building game as a creative consultant for Hasbro. And the latest releases are going to be coming out soon. More specifically, the second expansion set, aka A Rising Darkness, which is going to have your ability to now play as Decepticons. And by having this set along with the first set, you could do true player versus player, team versus team kind of action now. Because before, the way the cards were worded was one always had to be Autobots, one always had to be Decepticons. So now the second set is out to do that. I was sent a whole bunch of cards by the company to preview and show off to you guys for the first time. If you want to read these cards in better kind of viewing, go to my Instagram, or actually go to my Twitter, probably would be the most high res. I posted these images in high res so you could check them out because we wanted to show how triple changers will work in the card game and how the Autobot bosses are going to work too. So check that out stuff. It's exciting. I'm really excited to work with these guys. I love TCGs. I'm a big Magic the Gathering guy. When the Transformer TCG was a thing, I was big on that too. To be able to work with these guys and help develop it and help direct it, it's got a long future ahead. They already have this expansion coming out for the second quarter of 2022. We're aiming June. I don't want to settle a date, but June. That's for our Darkness Rising. You could pre-order it on Renegade Studios' website or renegadegames.com. And you get some pre-order bonuses too. Then there's going to be the next set after that, Infiltration Protocol, which I also worked on, which has tons of diverse Transformer characters. It's not just 84, 85 characters in that one. There's going to be Pretender Shells. There's going to be Six Changers. There's all kinds of crazy stuff. And then after that one, we're getting a little Heavy Metal War for that one. That's all I'm going to say for that one, for the set after that. But that's probably going to be, Christmas season. So stay tuned for that. Again, if you're interested, pre-orders are up right now. Renegade Games, or check out on Twitter, Play Renegade, and let them know Proto Man sent you. But we're not done. We got one more. So let's talk about Symbiote Studios. So next weekend, and this is why I'm wearing this shirt here. This is one of the exclusive shirts. Next weekend is WonderCon. Let's pull up the slide and you get to see everything. WonderCon 2022, April 1st to the 3rd. If you go to booth 1009, and go to Symbiote Studios, licensed by Hasbro's booth, there is going to be some exclusive Transformer products and other Hasbro products available there. The Cat Bravo Transformer plush is going to be added to the line, as well as the awesome Cat Bravo Convoy Optimus Prime t-shirt. The pin, all the different pins, and brand new pins will be debuting at the show too. Optimus Prime, Bumblebee, Grimlock, Soundwave, and my boy Shockwave. The pins are going to be available starting at $9.99. And you also, if you come on Saturday, if you play rock, paper, scissors against Catnip Bravo himself at the booth, you could potentially win some free some free pins. So be sure to check that out. Of course, there's other ones too. They're going to do the Power Ranger helmet series of pins and Magic the Gathering, all the different colors of Magic, including even the colorless on the bottom right. So you can kind of have your own casting cost. You buy multiples of these and put them on your chest. Then you can be like, oh, well, Proto Man's going to cost 2 islands and a colorless to cast or something. It's awesome. It's awesome stuff. Really excited about these. These are really cool. Symbiote Studios does some awesome work. And all of these afterwards will be available April 1st on their website to also order if you are interested. Thank you for the super chat, Skull. Why don't you ask a question? Oh, there we go. There we go, Skull. I was intending to ask if you think it's possible to get repaints of Blitzwing as Devastation ground heavies. For a leader class, I don't think Hasbro would go for something that characterless or obscure. You know what I mean? If he was a deluxe, yeah, sure, why not? You know, the sky's the limit when it comes to a deluxe price point. But when you have a leader class, they're a lot more touch and go with that stuff. I honestly see a lot more stuff baked into that Blitzwing in a lot of ways, and it's not going to be obscure stuff, to say the least. I think like there's an Armada Megatron in there and a whole bunch of other stuff in a lot of ways. And speaking of which, I was having this discussion. I might as well just bring this up, because obviously people found out about the Blitzwing because of individuals that steal stuff who also claim that they get stuff sent to them by Hasbro, which he's lying, of course. I have a few examples of stuff like that. So I've been sent stuff by Hasbro tons of times. And I've been sent stuff by Hasbro long before street dates. And you are always sent, when you get this stuff, you are sent a embargo. This was when I got, what was this for? This was for Age of Extinction stuff. And they always put an embargo. Please do not, all reviews based on these figures, all information containing within this communication. Embargo. Dates. Please, stop lying. Stop lying. Stop lying. It's embarrassing. It's ridiculously embarrassing. And it's cringeworthy. So stop that. Okay? I have multiple of these for, what do you call it? Combiner Wars, bot shots, Creo. Like, there's a way that it's done. And then there's a way when you're full of it. Okay? So please. Just wanted to bring that up too. That's why I didn't want to talk about it, because, well, it was cringy. It was kind of cringy. Media Max with the super chat says Windblade is not as good as Bonsai. Windblade is too tryhard. I like Bonsai. Bonsai is a cool character. It's I have her figure too, because she was one of the Wave 1 figures. It's such a shame that she doesn't come with a sword, her figure. Now, you know what? Actually, I was thinking to myself, like, if you got, like, G.I. Joe, 3 3¼ G.I. Joe weapons, like Snake Eyes' weapon or stuff, and you got, like, maybe one of his small blades, I think that fits in, like, the hand of, like, some of these BotBots. Like, maybe even, like, I guess, here, I'll have, like, this one here. Like, maybe that kind of hand. I don't know. I haven't tried yet. But it's something, it's something that you guys can look into. But it's really cool though. It's really, really cool, BotBots. I'm telling you, like there's some good stuff. But anyways, again, getting back to what I was saying, WonderCon 2022, booth 1009. Go check them out. April 1st to the 3rd. If you can't be at the show, again, April 1st, they will have this stuff on their website. Go check it out, yo. Awesome, awesome, awesome stuff. Again, and even the Power Ranger helmet collection of pins. Those look really cool, too. But there's more, because if you want to get Symbiote Studio stuff, they have all the other plush, all the other pins, and, of course, the pins at the bottom now that are going to be coming soon. Or even get that giant Unicron in the back. Don't let this perception deceive you in a lot of ways. He's huge. He is absolutely huge. But yeah, a lot of cool stuff. Again, t-shirts. Again, this is going to also be on the website April 1st if you want to get that along with the others. And the new pin collections. Again, Get this set. This set is going to sell out. There's very few of them left. The Optimus Prime set is already sold out. This is all that's left is the Megatron set. So go get it, guys, while you still can before it sells out. It is absolutely nutty what's going on. And again, we have Wave 4 that's going to be coming later this year. So get hyped for that, because after everything that we've had up to this point, there's going to be some new stuff coming in the near future. Springus Prime says the Pineapple Bot has a sword. Oh, that's true. See, again, that's the later waves. The Pineapple Bot was like what? Like Wave 3 or Wave 2? None of those came out in Canada. See, that's what sucks. Man, that's what sucks. I would love to get more of those. But anyways, anyone that has a burger bot for sale or kick me, let me know. Contact me. I will gladly buy it from you. I'd like to get some of those guys that I missed out on. And what's the again? Starscope. Starscope looks really cool too. I like him. I like that design. Looks really nice. But yeah, getting back to Symbiote Studios again. Wave 4 is going to be coming out in the near future. I can't say who it is, but use your imagination. And of course, other Hasbro brands in the near future. These ones are available right now. Snake Eyes with Timber and shirt. You got Cobra Commander. You got some My Little Ponies. You got some Mighty Morphins of the Power Rangers. And of course, that's going to be a good companion with the Helmet series that's going to be available April 1st. So definitely check those out. It's kind of cool that they also included the White Ranger. But yeah, it kind of falls into the Zoo Ranger, Die Ranger, Sentai kind of flavor, because it kind of overlapped a little bit with Saban. But really good stuff. Looks really good. Again, booth 1009, 1009, WonderCon. I keep saying Wonder Festival because that's a Japanese convention. WonderCon in Anaheim's Convention Center. LA, man. LA has been lucky. Man, they got TFCon and then they had the Anaheim WonderCon all within like a couple of weeks of each other. God, to live in LA. So much going on there. What do we got here? Downright superb. Proto BotBots is probably the best TF series in over 10 years. I've come to terms with the fact that we'll never get another traditional TF series that is worth a damn. I'm very pleased with BotBots. Well, we'll see what happens with Earthspark. I mean, I honestly feel maybe Earthspark is probably going to be the same vibe as BotBots. It's going to have human characters. And I've said this before. You want a Transformer series to be awesome? Don't have humans in it. And BotBots, I mean, outside of Dave, who's probably the weakest part of the show anyways, Dave the Mall Guard, I think BotBots is awesome. I really do. And I have theories about it, about what's going to be happening in the future. But again, I'm going to save that for it's already out right now, my review of the show. Definitely check that out. I don't want to spoil here because there probably is people here today that have not watched it all, that didn't grind through it. So we'll see what happens in the future with season 2. But pretty cool stuff. And I ask people in the chat to try not to spoil too much about it, just to be respectful for people here today that have not watched all 10 episodes, because there's a bit of a hook in the end. So Downright Superb goes on to say, Proto, is there official Japanese promotional material or merch that refers to BotBots leader specifically as Burger Convoy? No, not yet. The only person who's been calling him Burger Convoy is me. But I would not be surprised if they do that. Because the thing is, here's an interesting thing. In Japanese culture, so in America, it's bot for Autobots, aerial bots, dino bots, Protectobots. It's always bots at the end. And with Decepticons, it was always cons, Combaticons, Constructicons, Stunticons, Cassette cons and all that stuff. In Japan, it still had bots, but on the other side, it was Tron. So it was Constructrons. It was always Tron at the end. Megatron, I guess that's where. So you had the Constructron, you had the Stuntatrons. They always had Tron at the end. That's just how it was in Japan. Now you're going to have Burgertron, which is going to be from the Japanese side, if they want to call him Burgertron, there might be a cultural confliction there. Where they're going to be well, it'd be better if we call him Burger Convoy or Burger Prime than calling him Burgertron. You get what I mean? There's kind of a weird cultural confliction there. So I don't know. And the funny thing is that there is no Japanese dub yet. There's Spanish, there's French, there's Portuguese. There's no Japanese dub yet. When the Japanese dub does come out on Netflix, I'm going to watch it, and then we'll confirm that. Because I know that, like, I watched all of Siege, all of Earthrise, and all of Kingdom in English, and then I went back and watched it in Japanese just for the heck of it, and I was listening to what was said in Japanese as opposed to the subtitles, and the only thing out of all those episodes that was different was in Siege, when they mentioned the planet Speed, or the Speed planet, Velocitron, in the Japanese version they said Speedia, which is the Japanese name for Velocitron. That is it. So hopefully we'll see something else. We got a super chat from Joseph Ritter for 5 bones. Thank you, Joseph, for the super chat. BotBot plushies request in chat. Shakes the 8 ball. Signs point to yes. Oh, wow. That'd be really cool if there was BotBot. Then you got to do best girl. Because you got to. You got to do her. Well, obviously, you do the core 5 members. That would make sense. But then the second you're outside of the core 5 members, hey man, Lady Macaron for the win. Awesome. I'm just saying. But yeah, thank you for the super chat. Media Max Protomang, do you know if there are plans to do BotBots figures that are more show accurate? I have no idea. You know what, though? The way I compare it to is, I don't know if any of you were around back in like 2011, 2012, when Rescue Bots came out. Rescue Bots came out as a toy line first. I wish I could, I can't reach the figures right now to go open up the Rescue Bots display. But if you looked at Rescue Bots when it first came out, actually, you know what? I can pull it out here. Here we go. This is right in reach. So Rescue Bots, when they first came out, this was actually one of the very first pieces of fiction. It was a kind of like a little storybook that came with the very first Optimus Prime playset. And it was like, here, where's the humans? Do they have the humans in here? Oh, here we go. So like, that's Cody Burns. With that, with the mustache, the kid. See, like they had different people here. All the humans and stuff. The construction worker. They had a very different fictional depiction, very different aesthetic. Like if you look at the way how Heatwave looks there and the way that Chase looks and everything. Obviously, maybe Boulder still looks the same, but this was one of the very first pieces of it. And I'm just looking at these inserts that were in here too. But anyways, that was 6 months before the TV series came out. And then when the TV series came out, I'm just going to put it back. Get that shot of Catnip Bravo shirt for the time being. After the TV series came out, they then went back and did PVCs that were more show accurate. They did toys that were more show accurate. Obviously, they repainted the old ones too. They did the Energon repaints and everything. But they did go back. So I think what's probably going to happen is we're going to get a Burgertron that's going to be more accurate at some point. We're going to get, if the demand is there, if the show is successful and it does well and it moves merchandise, then Hasbro will be compelled to continue it. If there is an interest. I just want to see if there's anything else that was asked from your question. Yeah, it's just, we'll see what happens. If, like, what I suggest, go watch the show. Go watch the show twice. Show them that there was multiple plays on it, that you enjoyed it. When the product comes out, the stuff that we just teased today of all Series 6, go out and buy that stuff. Eviscerate the shelves. Let Hasbro know you like BotBots, and let Hasbro know that Lady Macaron is best girl. I'm just saying. Ojo-sama. But yeah. Michael Koo says, my mind would be blown if Hasbro decides to repaint that rat into Rat Trap. I think it's going to happen. I really do. If it doesn't come under the BotBots emblem, at some point that mold's going to find its way to something. Downright Superb. Proto, is Dave the Mall Guard the best human character we've gotten since Captain Fanzone? Since Captain Fanzone? Because I was about to say, Master Force has some of the best Transformer characters that are human. Since Captain Fanzone, so you would say animated and then up and then up. So after Fanzone was obviously You have all the animated the Transformer Prime human characters. There were some cool human characters in Transformers Prime. I liked Miko. What's his name there? Silas from Mech was kind of cool too. And then after that, you have movie characters. Cade Yeager. Who cares? And I wasn't a fan of the RED 2.0 series as humans. They were kind of blah. Maybe. I don't know. Dave really likes his Go Mega Shogun Tyrannosaurus Zord. What's it called? That he wanted to pre-order. So he's one of us. He likes his giant transforming dinosaur robots that are extremely expensive. And then he ordered 1,000 of them. Downright superb. Oh no, he already asked that. He said, I love how he wasn't trying to catch the BotBots in every single episode. His Lemon song was fire. That's one thing I wanted to say. Like, there's a lot of musicals in this show. Like, there's a lot of singing. Every single outro is a different outro that has a different song related to, or music related to the theme of that episode. A lot of unique stuff that BotBots was doing that we've never seen with Transformers before. And I could appreciate that. When you have been part of this for 35 plus years, and it's been war, Autobots versus Decepticons, and oh, here's Beast Wars. Maximals versus Predacons. Oh, that's something new. Finally something different. But then back to Autobots and Decepticons indefinitely for the past 17 years. Crazy, eh? 17 years. Come on. Give us something new. According to Proto Silver, it says it was Go Mega Shogun Tyrannosaurus. There you go. Thank you. I was trying to remember what it was. Crazy name. I like different stuff. I like stuff that's different. I like stuff that's fresh. You can't always have Optimus and Megatron. You can't always have Rodimus and Galvatron. You got to have something different. And if it's Burgertron hanging out with Kick Me and Clogstopper and Dimlet and Bonsai, and then all these cool side characters. And what I loved about it, and I talked about it in my review, the background characters are not just filler characters, or like the War for Cybertron Siege and everything cartoon where they just took, let's take the Ironhide model and paint it blue and put it in the background. Every background character is a character or toy from the toy line, which I appreciate. It's like, oh, hey, that's Puxley, and that's that guy, and that's this guy, and that's this guy. Like, and some new toys that are going to be coming soon even. Great. It's a great show. Go check it out, guys. I can't speak enough of it. Detective Ferret with the super chat. I was wondering if Transformers RED will be tackling animated and Unicron trilogy in the future. I would hope so. I mean, the thing is that I feel that line should exist for the weird stuff, for the stuff that can't be done properly. Oh, you can't see her. Transmutate. Ugh. Transmutate. Do a Transmutate figure. Do Alpha Trion. Do human characters. Do Botanica. Do the ones that haven't been done before. But the flip side of it, who's going to want to buy Botanica? Who's going to want to buy Transmutate? Who's Alpha Trion to that market that buys RED? They're not going to know who Alpha Trion is. So that's the sad thing, is that what I really feel it should be used for is probably not what people are going to buy it for. So they have to do, I just ate like a ton of food before we did the stream today. They have to do a ton of the top hits. The first tier guys, the Legendary 7, the second tier guys, the third tier guys, and then by the time they get to the stuff that we actually care about, who knows, the line will be like canceled by then. Michael Coos says, how did Netflix BotBots get a budget that the Netflix War for Cybertron didn't? It's different. I think that, number one, BotBots, while it's done by E1 Entertainment, a majority of the voice acting and the creation of it was done in Canada. When it's done in Canada, it kind of has a different budget because the Canadian government supplements animation creation. Beast Wars was as good as it was. If you watch, not Beast Wars episodes, but the Canadian equivalency, Beasties episodes, which is the exact same thing. It just has a different intro, but the outro was different too, because at the end of the outro of the credits, it says this show was funded by the Canadian Animation, scholarship, whatever. That's why Beast Wars was so good. I think BotBots, because all their voice actors were Torontonians or Vancouver people, along with a lot of the animation and the production being done in Canada, I think that there was some kind of supplement that led to it being such a good series because it had the budget. The Netflix War for Cybertron stuff, unfortunately, I've seen fans do just as good CG Transformer stuff, which is sad when you think about it. That's what I think anyhow. Media Max Protomang, they referenced the classic B-movie Chopping Mall with the security robots. Red Letter Media did that on The Best of the Worst. There's so many. I was talking about that too. And again, I don't want to dive too much into spoilers. There's so many obscure 80s and 90s references in BotBots that I say to myself, was this made for kids or was this made for kids and adults? Like there's a People's Court reference. People's Court was a show that when 80s and 90s kids were kids, didn't watch that show, but we knew what People's Court was. Dun dun dun. He is a Cybertronian, unhappy with what is being done to him. He is suing for $4 million. Dun dun dun. This is the People's Court. It's like, whoa, okay, sure. Super obscure references, and of course all the movies references and stuff like that. Paul M with the $20 gold super chat. Thank you, Paul. Will you sing the BotBots opening theme song? If I can remember it offhand, an Energon cloud came from the sky. Now they're more than meets the eye. You know what? I'm just going to pull it up. Someone must have it online. Paul, I'm going to get back to you on that. I'll pull up the lyrics. I'll pull up the lyrics for it. The YouTube walk shots could be an issue. I wouldn't worry about that, Michael Koo. If I'm singing it, it won't be an issue. Spring is Prime. I just bought Bonsai for $4 USD. Good job, Spring. I'm telling you guys, I get a feeling now people have been sleeping on, like, think about BotBots as a toy line came out in 2018. Isn't that crazy? Like 4 years ago. People have been sleeping on those toys all this time. Now people all of a sudden are going to be like, yo, man, I really want to have that donut, BotBot. People are going to want that donut and stuff. So I think there's going to be a demand now for BotBot stuff. But I need to find a Burgertron. I need to find Burgertron, I think it's called Starscope, and Kick Me. I'm missing those three. I'd love to have those one. And one day when they do Lady Macaroon. Let's see. BotBots, lyrics, theme song. I'm going like off of the top of my head. In the meantime, Media Max, the BotBots theme song is amazing too. So many great songs. There's a ton of great songs. Oh, see, I'm searching BotBots theme song and they're giving me Rescue Bots. Come on. Come on. Someone must have it online. No, see, no one posted it yet. That sucks. That sucks. If someone posts the lyrics and I'll read it. Okay, and then I'll sing it. It's even Joseph Ritter. Hi, I'm Protoman, something Transformers. Just ate a ton of food, something Transformers. I don't think that's the theme song. I had, for people that are wondering, I had a gigantic turkey sandwich today, an organic one, which tasted amazing. And the difference between organic and non-organic, it doesn't have sodium nitrates in it, which will kill you. And I love sodium nitrates. Makes stuff taste good, but man, oh man, that tastes good. It was a delicious. Almost lost you guys there. It was an amazing. Oh, Aaron's here. Aaron Archer's here. What up, Aaron? Aaron posted an absolutely amazing photo today on his Instagram. One of his first days working at Kenner, and he was like surrounded by Batman stuff, which probably was like at the time, probably early Batman Forever stuff back in the day. Really, really good. Really, really good. I love images like that. He was so fresh-faced, so young. So young. Ugh. Oh my goodness. So young. Um, Michael Koo to Hasbro, please release BotBots Season 1 soundtrack. Yeah, there's a lot of good music in there. I was surprised. I was surprised how much good OST music there was. Vocal songs. There's like, how many vocal songs? There's like 6 or 7 different vocal songs in the show. Good background music. Like, I'm pretty sure if they don't, like, I'm pretty sure some fan could probably go out of their way and really track it down. Oh my god, I forgot to mention. So I actually picked up one Transformer this week. I managed to find on the super cheap on the secondary market through Facebook Marketplace, someone was selling the Cyberverse Warrior class Slipstream for $1. And it was a whole bunch of listings like, all the Transformers are $1, come get what you want. And I was like, oh my god, I don't have her, and because there's no good Slipstream Cyberverse figures, and this is probably the best one. And again, these stupid gimmicks. They had to put a spring in the middle of the body. It's the same thing, like that Ultimate Class Rodimus, the Ultimate Class Iaconus, they all have this like spring in the back. And then the same thing, like, so you have to plug this in, right? And then you let go. Oh, see, now it's going to, usually it just pops out like nothing. Now it's probably going to pop out on its own, like when it's on display. But, oh my goodness, the quality of these are, it's sad that this is the best Cyberverse figure of Slipstream we're going to ever get. Unless they ever do a deluxe, which they probably won't. They're all probably already on their way out and looking at Earthspark stuff. Media Max, Protomang, you remember TF Wire podcast from back in the day in 2007? Yes, I do, actually. What was his name? Matrix Prime was the guy who hosted it. He was one of the very first podcasts, actually. And he was actually, not only was he one of the very first podcasts, and I'll give them all the credit in the world. Obviously, Radio Free Cybertron was the very first Transformers podcast, but TF Wire was one of the very first podcasts in the modern era, and he was one of the very first guys to do YouTube reviews of toys on top of that, because he actually had a decent like Logitech webcam for like back in like, what year was that, like 2006? You know, he was one of the first guys, way before all the others. And he was one of those guys that kind of just fell off the radar, just doesn't do anything anymore. But props to him, man. He was one of the very first dudes way back in the day. Spring is Prime. Laugh Out Loud, Batman Returns came out the year I was born. Oof. Well, that just shows how old I am, because I went to the theaters to see Batman Returns. Oh, my goodness. Paul M. What is the barrier to collect BotBots if we've been on the other sidelines for the past few years? There is no barrier, really. It's Transformers that transform into cool stuff. Like, there's no barrier. The only thing that just kind of sucks with BotBots is it has more of a blind pack kind of, like, twist to it. So there's some figures that are easy to get, and then there's a lot of figures that involve a lot of, unfortunately, tracking down in order to get. And that's why, like, I have most of Series 1. Proto, do you want to kick me? Yes, I would like a kick me. And I don't mean that, like, literally. I'm looking for kick me, and I'm looking for Burgertron. Those are the two I'm trying to get. If anyone is if they could somehow find them, give me a ring ding. You know what I mean? Let me know. I'll make it worth your while. I'm just trying to track those guys down. And because Canada just didn't get them. We got that first blind pack assortment. It showed up, and the 5-packs and everything. And then once that stuff got sold, that was it. One or two, I remember seeing Series 2 in Loblaws and Maxi here in Canada, which is it's like a grocery store, Market 6 kind of thing. And then that was it. Walmart didn't carry anything else. Toys R Us, which we still have, didn't carry anything else. And all that later stuff, which I would have loved to get, that little sushi one that transforms into a dragon, and the ramen bowl. Like, there were so many cool ones, and I just couldn't get the jack-o'-lantern. I want to get that jack-o'-lantern one. All of them. Forget it. Can't get any of those. Downright Superb, do you know of any other franchises that refer to the first incarnation as Generation 1? My Little Pony. My Little Pony, the My Little Pony community has Generation 1, Generation 2, Generation 3, Generation 4. I believe, correct me if I'm wrong, goes up to 7. My Little Pony uses the G1 term all the time. All the time. You have My Little Pony collectors looking at 1982 My Little Ponies. Oh, that's a Generation 1 Fluttershy. You know? That community's crazy. I've had to deal with that community quite a few times. They know their stuff. Where we at? Michael Koo, I think the USA, that 5 and Below sold a lot of BotBots. Well, that's a shame. If 5 Below had BotBots, and that means they were already being clearanced and everything. But man, I would have been all over that. Like, they never showed up in our dollar stores. If they showed up in our dollar stores, I would have bought the cases. Like, oh, I love that stuff. So good. So good, so good. Such good stuff. But, again, let's hope that it does well. I mean, already the showrunners mentioned that there is going to be a season 2. There will be another 10 episodes. Haley's right, too. Yeah, Bionicle has G1 and G2. It is true. The 2001 Bionicle is G1, and the newer one that came out, I actually have the book nearby. What was it, 2013 it came out in? 2014? Was the G2 one, which unfortunately did just as well as Transformers Generation 2. It died very quickly. 2015, there we go. Sorry. I didn't read that ahead. But I hope it does well. I really do. I like a lot what they did. It's so refreshing. It is so refreshing to have something like that. It's absolutely incredible. Like how I was sitting there and watching it for the first time, and I was actually smiling. I was actually like, oh, I like that. I like that. Oh, that's good. Oh, that's good. Oh, she's best girl. Like, I like that. It's good stuff. It's good stuff. So to me, it was just something where I was like, here's all these new characters. Here's all this fresh takes. No Bumblebees, no Prowls, no Optimuses, no Megatrons. Nothing is tied to any nostalgia. You can't look at that character and go, that character isn't how he should be. Because Rhinox talks like that, or Ironhide talks like that, or this everyone was a clean slate that could be whatever you want him to be. And that's that. If Spud Muffin is going to be like a Sentinel Prime kind of character with the chin, and he even has like the, what do you call it there? The Autobot Elite Guard kind of thing on his chest too in a lot of ways. He has the chin. He's taller and buffer. He has the Elite Guard kind of thing on his chest. He hates the Burgertron leader character. It's obviously a coincidence. Either they were huge animated fans or it's a pure coincidence. But fantastic, fantastic, fantastic series. I really like it. I really like it. It's not, Beast Wars. It's not animated. It's its own thing, and it's fun. And it's nice to have fun once in a while. And considering that we're, at the end of the year in November, we're going to have Earthspark. So that'll be your flavor if you don't like BotBots. And then the year after that, we're going to have the movie, which is going to be probably plenty grimdark and everything like that. So everyone's going to get their fix within the next 12 months of something. Actually, maybe not 12 months, because Rise of the Beast is going to be in July of 2023. But you know what I mean. Tom Laney, I'm late. Hey, y'all. How you doing, Tom? Welcome to the stream. I always tell people, if you miss anything in the stream, after the stream ends, after about an hour, it gets re-uploaded by YouTube, and you could re-watch it all. You just can't engage with the old super chats. But it's great stuff. It's a great series. I'm very happy with what they did. I'm very, very happy. Cringe McCringle with the $5 super chat. Thank you, Cringe McCringle, with the Bumblebee. Hey, Proto. I know you haven't gone into the conversation for the past couple of years, but do you think you'll be able to go to TFCon Chicago this year? So I might as well talk about it. So the next TFCon coming up is TFCon Toronto. The reason why I don't talk about it that much is out of respect to Colin, who runs the convention, in that I don't want to say that I'm not going to a show and give my reasons, because I don't know, it's going to make me sound arrogant, but I don't want to hurt his sales, because people might not, they'll make their decision based on my decision. I don't want to think that would be the case, but that's why I've always been quiet about if I'm going to a TFCon or not, out of respect to Colin, because I've known Colin for 20 plus years, and he's always been an awesome dude, and we've been staffed together and ran many shows together, and awesome guy. But TFCon Toronto coming up, we'll start with that one because that's the one in July. Right now it's 90% yes, I'm going. The only thing that could change it from going is if something crazy happens in Toronto. Because for people who don't know, Toronto recently got rid of all COVID restrictions. Masks, everything. So it's now they could do whatever they want. I'm not saying that's a bad thing. I'm not saying that's a good thing. I'm just saying it's something that is a thing. And I told Colin, I'm like, I don't want to make a promise, but let's see what happens in the next 4 months. Because what if everything gets crazy and then we end up with another lockdown? So 90% yes right now, which means if it's 90% yes, that means Proto Man parts parties. That means, charity auction, crazy Transformer deals. All that'll be coming if I come. So let's hope for that. As it partakes to Chicago, that's so far away, because Chicago is what, November? We have that date planned. When was it? November 2022? It's so far away that I can't give an answer. Because if everything goes crazy by Toronto, and then they do lockdowns, and then the border closes up, and then I can't go to Chicago, you know what I mean? So that one I can't give an answer, unfortunately. Look, since 2006, I had not missed the TFCon. Then when the Big V happened, I actually used the actual term, but whatever, I'm going to go back to Big V. When the Big V happened, I missed 3 TFCons. I missed Baltimore. I missed Toronto when they did that small one in December, which was weird. And then I missed LA. I would have been at all 3 of those. Paid flight and everything. But I wasn't going to do it in the middle of COVID. It's just how it is. I got an older family that I go to see my parents once in a while. Even if I don't catch it, I'm just playing it safe, y'all. I want to be respectful to people, When I value people over my own hobby, I might say something, But we'll see with Toronto. Again, it's 4 months from now. Maybe the world will be back on its feet and everything will be back to normal. We shall see. And Chicago, it's so far away. I would love to go to Chicago and shake hands with you guys and take photos. I love going to the USA shows because the Canadian shows are the Canadian audience. And anyone who knows, the entire population of Canada is equal to California. It's not a lot. You know what I mean? Where the USA shows, and when I used to do BotCon in the past, is some rock star stuff, man. So I miss doing that. So I can't wait to go back to those when that happens. It's October, thank you. So October. It's not even on my radar right now, because right now it's just Toronto's the first field goal. Like, I don't even have my Post-it. I had like a Post-it on my tower of like all the dates for all my conventions before the Big V happened. And then it's just like, like where's, I don't have my old flyers nearby here. Do I have any of them here? They're not here. Because I put everything away, but since obviously everything that's happened. But like, I run conventions locally here in Montreal. Like all of that went to a complete stop. So many of my dealers are constantly asking me, hey, what's happening? Are you running a show? Like everything's getting a little better now. And I'm like, I'm going to wait till things are back to normal. You know what I mean? I don't want to have to run a convention that isn't going to be complete capacity for my dealers. I'm not thinking about the attendees. I'm thinking about my dealers. They're paying for the tables that pay for the rent. I want them to get the best opportunity during that 8-hour block, which is when the convention's open to the public, that they could make money and they could be able to feed their family, because they've been sitting on product for God knows how many months. But I just want them to have that opportunity. That's very important. What's up, JR Mina? Yeah, BotCon is in Texas in August. I wish them the best. I don't know about that BotCon. I don't know. It's a weird choice of location and stuff like that. I wish them the best. I know some of the guys that run it very well. They're considered friends, but I'm going to be skipping that one for now. I wish them the best though. But that's going to be a pricey one, that one on top of it. If I lived in a world where the Big V wasn't a thing, I'd probably be there anyways. But it's August. I don't know what's going on. You know what I mean? Shout out to Brett and the crew and Hydra and everybody. I wish them the best, man. I really do. Michael Koo, which remold or repaint of the Golden Disc Pterosaur would you like to see, a.k.a. Laserbeak, McDonald's Manta Ray, or Bat Optimus Primal? Funny, actually, I got an extra McDonald's Manta Ray today also. I think obviously the one I'd like to see first is the Laserbeak repaint, which is also aka Hydra, as it was called in Beast Wars Neo, which is the purple one. And that would just be the first smart one to do. I mean, obviously we saw rumors online. The first repaint is actually going to be toy accurate toy accurate Pterosaur. That's the very first one we're going to be getting. It's going to be a buzzworthy Bumblebee release, I believe it was, that the listing was. But I mean, of the bunch here, I would love Manta Ray. Manta Ray would be super cool to get like any of those McDonald's guys to get like a modern toy today. Like imagine if like the Transmetal one Dinobot. I have all the McDonald's guys there. Like imagine if he got like a modern toy, like they took the Voyager Dinobot and gave it this garish color scheme. That'd be crazy. But I'd love to see Manta Ray. And mostly I'd love to see Manta Ray just because Manta Ray has this history of being Optimus Primal. Like there's that whole McDonald's history with Manta Ray too and everything. So I'd love that. That'd be really, really cool. But we don't know. Like there's all these listings online that we have pretty much a good idea of what 2022 is going to be, both in Generation Selects, Market 6 stores, Walgreens, all kinds of different exclusives across Target and everything. But we do not know what 2023 is going to be. Again, the first 2023 listing news we got was, where are you listing this? No, this one. That's the first one. April 1st, 2023. We just know this legacy case assortment stuff with the twin cast and the breakdown, which is going to be wave 4, and then the repacks. Man, that's a lot of Wheeljacks too. Think about it. Wheeljack was in Earthrise, then he was repacked in Siege, not on Siege. He was repacked in Kingdom, so that's 2 of them. Then they're going to repack him again in Legacy. Then he has a premium finish repaint, and then he has that upscaled tooled one there of the alpha class price point for Authentics. So that's like 5 very similar Wheeljack toys, all within a span of 7 months. That's crazy. That's crazy. All different prices too. All different prices. JR Mina says, "Hi Proto." Hi. How you doing, man? How you doing from the Philippines? Spring is Prime. We are also supposedly getting Fractal from the Pterosaur. Yeah, I think we are. I think we're getting him too. I think we're getting him because I believe Mr. Pack Rat in blue from Rat Trap is going to be happening. There was a whole bunch of lists. See, the problem is there was all these listings. I've reported them. I'm pretty sure they're in the archive of the podcast. But there was a whole bunch of listings, but all of them were rumors. They were rumors from credible sources, but they were rumors that weren't attached to EAN codes, UPC codes, or F codes, which are the Hasbro codes. Do I have a box nearby for an F code? Oh, I have one here. For an F code. Let's see if there's an F code on this one. This is a Siege box because I was messing with Megatron not too long ago. This might be a little too old for an F code. There has to be one on here. No, they only have an assortment number code on that one. Right above the, come on, focus. Just above the UPC code is the assortment number. Oh, there's no F code on this one. Very weird. Very, very weird. But either way, you know what I mean, guys. You know what I mean. Mike Rosen, a grease pit repaint as McDonald's. I would buy that. Yo, man, people know grease pit was in my top 5 Transformers of, what was it, 2020 or 2021? No, 2020. Grease Pit was in my top 5. So anything that uses that mold, if they use it again, that'd be cool. Actually, yeah. You know, when you think about it, it's kind of shaped like the old school McDonald's with the way the roof is for that garage. They could pull it off. McDonald's won't do it, but they could pull it off. Where's Oh no, it's in the other. It's already in the display. I had like those little restaurant Transformers that I did a review many years ago. Good stuff back in the day. JR Mina, hi Proto. Don't know if you want to talk about it, but what are your thoughts about Legacy Blitzwing? The figure is getting a lot of vitriol for the jet cockpit kibble in tank mode. Laugh out loud. Well, the jet cockpit kibble is actually based off of the animation model, which is, it is what it is. And the animation model was based off of the original, well, you can't even see it, but the original 1985 toy. So I could see what they were trying to do, but honestly, I think that part of the problem with the Leader Class Blitzwing is what's baked into the mold is intended for what is going to be the repaint retool later. Whatever it is, if it's an Armada Megatron, if it's something else, and then people are going to be like, oh, okay, now it makes sense why it was like this. But keep in mind also, the certain reviewer also mistransformed it. Because he didn't have instructions. I wonder why. Maybe because he stole it and he didn't actually have a order. Embargo by Hasbro. And of course, well, I don't know if he wants to know his name. The public relations for Hasbro, Mr. Joe, who deals with early product sent to us legitimately. But that's a whole other story. People always think like, oh, Proto, why do you get so mad about this? What are you, shilling for Hasbro? No. When Hasbro does stupid stuff, I say they do stupid stuff. But I also have a very good relationship with Hasbro that's been very professional, and they've always been nice to me, and they've sent me stuff, and I work on stuff with the brand. Might as well plug it while I'm at it. Where's that slide? Here. Hey guys, check out the Transformer deck building game. Pretty cool stuff. Deck building game. Transformers. Renegade games. Or how about you check out Symbiote Studios? Actually, that's their other stuff. Symbiote Studios with their plush and everything. They're good stuff too. Check it out, yo. Anyways, but the point is that to me, it's when I see that stolen stuff, I don't like ignorance. I don't like thieves, and I don't like ignorant thieves. You know, like at least be good at what you do, but you don't even do that much. You know, it's a shame. And I don't like that he lies. I don't like that he says he's part of Hasbro when he's not. I'll tell you this right now. I talk to Hasbro people. No one has even a freaking clue who he is. They're just trying to figure out who the hell's the one that's stealing everything and selling it to him and then doing all that laundering. But don't worry. His time will come. Like everything else in life. His time will come. People ain't tuning in for his vast knowledge of the robots in disguise. And a majority of his audience, if he could get those analytics, are people who don't exactly probably own a razor yet. Let's put it this way. Mike Rosen, I hope we get some really good Rise of the Beast figures. Well, the first Rise of the Beast figures that we're going to see, unfortunately, are going to be the mainline stuff, which is, like I said, kind of like the Bumblebee movie. They had the Bumblebee movie toy line, and then you had Studio Series. And the Bumblebee movie toy line was the gimmicky, simplistic kind of designs. Unfortunately, that's what we're going to see first. So don't let that be a reflection of everything else. I'm pretty sure we're going to get some really good... Number one, we're going to get some really good Studio Series stuff. And then just like the Bumblebee movie, we're probably also going to get some really good Masterpiece stuff at some point. Japan's going to get behind a Hollywood movie. If there's a Hollywood movie, they're going to get behind those designs. The reason why Cyberverse got the shaft so bad, and people don't ever talk about it much, but we talk about it on the podcast a lot, the show was made for China. It was invented and conceived for a very different market. And because it was made for a very different market, you ended up with this. You know? You ended up with this. That's why Japan didn't get behind it. Eastman777 with the super chat. Thank you, Eastman. What is the best way to negotiate a price down with a car mechanic? It depends what the job is, my friend. Would you rather take a commemorative series? Oh, that's two different questions. Would you rather take a commemorative series Skywarp, Mint and Seals Bach, or a very used G1 1984? Well, the difference between the two is the missiles on the commemorative series Skywarp are way larger. Specifically, he has the bomber missiles. So there is a difference between the two. But if it was me personally, every single G1 in my collection is the original. I'm not a reissue guy. If I do own a reissue, it's because the reissue is so vastly different from the original that it might as well be like a variant or like a brand new character. Like, to give you an example, you could see over there is Predaking. And you could barely see, but over there is reissue Predaking. And reissue Predaking, the reason why I got him was because the color of the plastic on him was like gold almost, like a goldish orange. And he came with a different sword that came from a Transformers Prime mold. I think it was like the Leader Optimus or something. So I was like, you know what? It's on sale. It's different. I'll get it. What was another reissue that I got that was really different? Some of the Japanese ones, because they had like tampographs and they were really cool. And of course the Hot Rod ones. Like reissue Hot Rod used chrome stickers. The original Hot Rod didn't use chrome stickers. They used more of a shiny kind of sticker that was more matte, which you could see all the different Hot Rods all there and everything. This, actually, no, he's right there. There he is. He's in vehicle mode, and then there's a whole bunch over there because my boy Hot Rod, there's going to be a lot of them. But me personally, I'd take the 1984 one, but if it's very used, it's probably going to be very loose. And if you know Seeker Jets, when Seeker Jets are really loose, they don't keep their head up anymore. Because if you have the cone, if you have to push it back, it makes them go back like this. And the head sits on a pin that gets extremely worn out, so it would be terrible to display. Absolutely terrible to display. So me personally, if it wasn't me, I'd then get the reissue. You'll be more happy. But I would just get like a masterpiece or something then, you know. If I'm going to spend that money on a reissue, I'd rather get like a Generations version or a masterpiece version or something. Springus Prime. Well, friends, I've got to go. A great rest for the show. Hey, Springus Prime, thank you for coming by and thank you for the super chats and all the love and support. And we only have 28 minutes left in the stream, and then we are done tonight. So we still got some time together. But, I mean, I'm just trying to think, like, there's very few reissues that I went out of my way to really get. There really was. It primarily because, like, they had to be really different. They really did. They had to have something that was, like, really unique or different. Like, I hope one day they do a reissue of Minerva. Like, it would be really cool if people could own that. You know? Because that's an expensive nugget right there. Like when they did a reissue of God Jinrai as Apex Armor Optimus Prime, and I was like, that's fantastic, because like that original one, God Jinrai, I think I spent like $400 on that, you know, and that was back then. Probably today it's even actually no, maybe it's less now with the reissue, but when the reissue came out, it made everything easier. You know, people could just easily pick that up. Let's see. Downright Superb wants to know, just picked up a Siege Crosshairs on sale in anticipation of Point Blank. Damn right, because those Target Masters are awesome in the Headmasters cartoon. The molding details on the legs seem like they wanted to bake this repaint from the start. Of course. Look, that's the thing, is when you have that kind of stuff, you have to understand. Let me just grab both here. You know, when you have that kind of stuff, they plan in advance. They know what they're doing. Like they go like way in advance and go, okay, we're gonna have that head sculpt for that face and you know, they know exactly what they're doing. When they make that mold, they plan like 3 characters ahead. So and I'm telling you guys, the Legacy Blitzwing is great and all, but one day we're going to get a Studio Series 86 Blitzwing. And that'll be that. That's what'll happen. I personally feel the best versions in terms of accuracy for your characters will not come out under those emblems. They won't. They're going to always wait for something later to do. That's what, because why would they give you the most perfect Blitzwing figure when then they keep selling you Blitzwings indefinitely? It's just how it is. That's me now. I don't want to criticize Hasbro, but it's the reality of capitalism and marketing. But it's like, hey guys, here's Generations Blitzwing, but it's kind of an animated toy, but not kind of, but kind of an animated toy, but it's your Generations Blitzwing, and people bought it. Hey guys, here's Titans Return Blitzwing, and people bought it. Hey guys, here's the Legacy one, and people are going to buy it. And then they're going to buy whatever comes afterwards. And they sell you 3 things. But imagine if they made the most picture-perfect Blitzwing all the way back in 2012 with that Generations one. That Titans one maybe would have not gotten a sale. Maybe it would have because it had the Titan Master gimmick and some people would have dug that. But maybe it wouldn't have gotten a sale. Maybe that Legacy one wouldn't have any way to advertise itself. Why am I going to buy a leader class price point for something that doesn't look as good as that one in 2012? You have to give them a reason. Think about how many people bought Masterpiece Hot Rod. Not the MP09 that turns into Rodimus. The Hot Rod one, MP28, I think it was. And how many people bought that thinking that was going to be the definitive Hot Rod. And then when that Studio Series 86 one came out, well, that was the end of that Masterpiece one. You know? There's always that next bigger fish you have to catch. Ari Nuts wants to... Ari Nut, not Nuts. I apologize, Ari. Ari Nut wants to know thoughts and hopes for Energon Monster. I'm hoping that it's some kind of Kremzik homage that has Energon parts that you could attach with all the other clear parts. That's what I think they're trying to do. Something similar to let's say Energon was trying to do back in the day with all those clear Energon parts and stuff. Perhaps, maybe. I don't know. we have to wait and see with that one, unfortunately. There's not much information on it. Princeton Phalanx 59 is now an 8-month member. Thank you, Princeton. Just got Legacy Skids and Silver Streak today. Hey, man, that Silver Streak, I'm jealous. That Silver Streak looks really cool. I love that blue silver, because I have blue Streak. I have the Masterpiece, and I'd love to have that other one with it, just because I love the Datsun Z. Such a legendary car in car history. J.R. Mina, I still like the Titans Return Blitzwing mold. Yeah, I know, there's nothing wrong with the mold. I'm just saying, like, there's always this pursuit that they're trying to get people to buy the next best thing. And that's, like, take it from me, with all this stuff that's around me, you know, and seeing the art evolution of every single toy, you know, like, how do we get people to buy a new Rhinox when that other one was pretty good? Okay, well, we're going to this and that, and, you know, maybe the kibble will be different. You know, you got to always try to convince people some way. You always try to figure out some way. And again, if there's enough time in between the releases that, you know, there's always different groups of the fandom that come in and out and collectors. So they weren't around when, let's say, the Generation ones came out. So they can now buy that version because that one, outside of the secondary market and eBay and conventions, it's not easily accessible. And some people don't like the fact that the knees were weak on the original. I love Kiki. They do wonders on loose joints. I assume that it's some kind of floor polish wax because that's what's good for... I always say floor polish wax is good for joints, and nail polish, clear nail polish is amazing for loose joints. Clear nail polish always does wonders. And it makes your toys smell terrible. But it works. It works, let me tell you. Works every time. Works every time. But in relation to the Energon monster, like when we first got Energon, the TV series, here, I'll even turn it so while we're talking. When we first got Energon, the TV series, I'm just going to move this. And yeah, I have a Microman guy that sticks to my I hope that didn't make it vibrate. Sticks to my microphone there. We had like all these little pieces that like were connectable, and there was some very clever people online that made combiners with all those Energon pieces. And considering that there's every character has some kind of clear something in Legacy. Even Blaster has, look what they did to his tape cassette. They made him clear, rewind. So I'm pretty sure they're building to something. They probably saw the creativity that came from Kingdom, how much people loved that. They included a combiner element with Kingdom. They included a combiner head with Wing Thing. So I'm pretty sure there's something there. I get a feeling Energon Monster is going to be the centerpiece for that, and then you attach all the weapons onto him, but he'll be like the center combiner piece in a lot of ways. I'm just going to move everything back here. So that's what I think is a possibility. It'd be cool though. We'll see. I believe Energon Monster is supposed to have a core class, and he's supposed to have a deluxe class. Those were the 2 price points. So clearly it's going to be some kind of a focal character in the Legacy line. Not to mention, I believe it was Mark said that like on the packaging of Legacy, all that like purple that the characters are jumping through are Energon portals. So there might be something related to that. Like there might be a story element there, and that's what, it's excess Energon from going through the portals, and that's why these characters have Energon weapons, and then there's Energon combining. Who knows? But there's something there. There's clearly something there. JR Mina, I guess I'll be asking it this week. I'm having sausage McMuffins with egg meal from McDonald's delivered this breakfast. What's for dinner, Proto? Well, I actually ate before the stream today. I had a crazy huge turkey sandwich, organic turkey sandwich. It was delicious. Tomorrow, I'm going to probably have ramen maybe, but like fresh ramen, not like freeze-dried garbage ramen. Ramen with bok choy, green onions. I have to buy now that I think about it, I have to buy brand new chop suey because that's probably expired now in my fridge. But I'm going to make something delicious. I try to eat as healthy as possible because if I could, I'd eat pizza every day because I love pizza. And anyone who knows me who goes to cons and stuff, they know I'm a big eater. Don't let this skinny body fool you. I'm a big eater. I'm a big eater. So I love food. Like I like 20 chicken McNuggets. McDonald's, I could do 40 chicken McNuggets. Good stuff. But probably tomorrow, I don't know. Tomorrow I'll probably have egg whites. Probably have egg whites with pepper, with toast, with I like crunchy peanut butter. Not regular peanut butter, crunchy peanut butter. You get more protein that way. With orange juice. That'll probably be my breakfast. And then lunch, we'll see. We shall see. I always do my grocery shopping the same day that we do the stream, so I always like kind of buy stuff for the week. I was gonna make curry for the whole week, Japanese style curry, because when you make it in a big vat, it feeds you for the whole week. But I was at one point I was like, I'm not feeling it. Probably gonna do it next week. Not to mention, and I know this sounds silly, but the Batman Bat Calzone for the Batman movie is ending at Little Caesar soon. It ends April 1st. Keep that in mind. I'm not promoted by this or sponsored. So I want to pick one up again because it was really good. I want to pick another one up again before the promotion ends. So I'm kind of like planning that into my schedule. So, because that looks good. That like I had it once already. If anyone saw on my Instagram, that was a damn good pizza. Damn good pizza. And I want another one. But they're discontinuing it at April 1st, so got to get in on that. Get me some crazy bread and a bat calzone. Princeton Phalanx 59. Pizza is my favorite. I could eat it every day. Bro, I almost did eat it every day. In my old high school, Wager, shout out to Wager High, I practically almost ate pizza every single day. No joke. But pizza is not the worst thing you could have, in all honesty. And the people that, because we had like next to our high school, we had like this mini mall, strip mall. And there was this one old couple that owned like a little bodega / dépanneur / convenience store. and they would sell slices of pizza. They like buy. They knew that the kids from the high school would come by, and they would buy. They would resell slices of pizza, and it was good. It was real good. And the other thing that they would sell, because I think they were a Jewish family, they'd also sell falafel. And sometimes, if when you eat pizza every day for like 5 years straight, sometimes you want something different. So sometimes I'd get falafel instead, which was pretty good. Falafel is a bit of an acquired taste. Some people don't like it. Some people do like it. I find that if you don't have it with sauce, I can understand why you don't like it. Because then it doesn't taste like anything. But I love it. Good stuff. Good stuff. Pizza is a weakness for me. I love pizza. But as you get older, you can't sit down and destroy a whole pie alone like you used to. You got to watch yourself. Because if I could, I'd like Jaws D could attest for it. I could sit down with a family-sized bag of chips and destroy it, like absolutely destroy it. But now it's like now I look at that bag of chips when I'm at Costco or something, and I go, I can't, I can't because I will destroy it. It's like the saying, keep the cigarettes out of the house and the person won't smoke. And it's the same thing. Keep the junk food out of the house and I'll be fine. Michael Koo, pizza at least sucks at Costco because they got rid of their combo pizza. People were telling me that Costco has amazing pizza. Is that true? I have been going to Costco my whole life, getting the hot dog, and people are telling me that the pizza was what I should have been getting all these years because supposedly it's amazing. And still to this day, because I go to Costco, but because it's still the big V, they don't really do the food court thing as much. Like now you have to like order from a screen and wait for it. And I don't have time for that. I have to number one, I got to go do my groceries, which is Costco and then another supermarket, sometimes an Asian supermarket. Then I want to go to Toys R Us because I want to check out if there's new stuff, if the prices have changed. Even if I don't buy anything, I just like to check it out and just window shop. Sometimes go to Walmart. And then I spend the rest of the day preparing the slides, getting ready for stuff, putting away the groceries. Like Saturdays are like the busiest days of the week for me. And that's why Sundays I take the day off. It's the only day of the week that I don't create any content for the channel is Sunday. Because it's the only day I take off just to relax. But man, I got to try Costco pizza one day. Is there? Because I'm asking for a friend because I have a friend that's like, oh my God, I gotta try pineapple pizza. Everyone tells me it's crap, but I want to try it. And I've told him I don't like pineapple pizza either. I'm not a fan of it. But I can't find a place that sells just a slice because I don't want to have to buy, because he doesn't want to have to buy a whole pie and then he eats it and it ends up being garbage and he doesn't want it. So does Costco have pineapple pizza and do they sell it by the slice? Because then we could go there and get it. Because obviously I could go downtown Montreal and find like a greasy spoon place, but again, since the big V, I haven't been really venturing much to downtown Montreal. Princeton Phalanx 59, when I was in high school, I worked at Pizza Hut. After work, we would eat pizza and drink beer. Yo, man, if I worked at Pizza Hut, holy moly. I worked at Burger King for 6 years. Didn't gain a pound, primarily because I didn't eat the French fries and I didn't drink the soda. I think that was the secret to it. I ate Burger King practically every day, but I didn't have French fries and I didn't have soft drinks. It was all, I would have orange juice or Fruitopia, which is almost as much sugar, but a lot less compared to Coca-Cola. Coca-Cola will kill you. Let me tell you something, guys. Like I'll drink Coca-Cola like socially, but get that out of your life if you can. Like that stuff will kill you, I had friends who were athletes that used to drink that stuff, and they would always feel like crap after eating it. Like their body didn't know how to deal with it because it has more sugar than anything. Water or orange juice. If you want flavor, drink orange juice or cranberry juice. Cranberry juice is really good if you're a guy for your prostate. Just saying. But water, man, just water. No pineapple pizza at Costco. Okay, so the search continues for my friend. Because sometimes they call it Hawaiian. I think that's another name for it. They call it. I had it once. I had a friend who liked pineapple pizza. We were ordering pizza. Jaws D knows exactly who I'm talking about. He ordered pizza, so half the pizza had to be pineapple just for him because he was insistent. And I was like, screw this. I'm going to try pineapple pizza for the first time. And I was like, bleh. Never again. Good Lord, I picked off everything. I was like, yuck. Why? Like, and I love vitamin C and citrus. You know, I love orange juice. Everyone knows I love orange juice. Why would you put that on a pizza? You know, there's just certain things that just don't belong. You know, like Michelangelo, don't put chocolate anchovies and marshmallows on a pizza. Why? Ugh. It always, you ever notice, guys, like whenever it's like the end of the stream, we fall into like food chat. It always happens. We all of a sudden we start talking about food and places, and we like movies that we're gonna see and everything. Actually, what have I watched recently? I haven't watched much recently. Attack on Titan is almost done, the anime. I think it has like 3 episodes left or 2 episodes left. So I'm almost done that. I think the new episode is coming out tomorrow. Apple juice is good too. Proto Silver. It just sometimes it has too much sugar. Depending on what kind of brand of apple juice, you have to get like, because there's apple juice and then there's apple cider. And apple cider is the one you should really get. But the problem with apple juice, it has a lot of sugar in it. Like apples are good for you. They're great for vitamin D. There's a good amount of vitamin C in them, but there's a lot of fructose in apples, which, you know, like the old saying, apple day keeps the doctor away. Look, an apple will be more healthier than a chocolate bar any day of the week or a bag of chips. But at the end of the day, there's still a lot of fructose in apples. It's still good for you. But I think like orange juice is a little bit of a... The only negative with orange juice is if you don't have good teeth. I have really good teeth. But if you don't have good teeth, the acid will destroy the enamel very easily. But then you go to cranberry juice. And the sad thing with cranberry juice, they know it's really ridiculously healthy, so it's very expensive. Ocean spray, cranberry juice. If you're a man, drink that stuff. It's good for you from a cancer standpoint and prostate health. And prostates will get you. You know? When you're a man over 40, got to get your prostate checked. It's turning into a what's it called there? A PSA for that. But apple cider is good too. Yeah, Mark, apple cider. I'm a big fruit juice guy. Same thing with smoothies and stuff. I'm a big fruit juice guy. Growing up, we didn't really have soda or pop or whatever the term you want to use, soft drinks. We didn't really have that in the household. When I would go out, and we would go out to eat all the time, I'd have Coca-Cola. I don't hate Coca-Cola, but I also recognize how freaking poisonous that stuff is for you. When I worked at Burger King, I think I've told this story before on the podcast. When I worked at Burger King, my manager, we used to have like this griddle for like when we do breakfast for like the eggs and everything. You know, you could use soap, you could use water, you could use degreaser. Then my shout out to Lionel, my manager. He's like, Daniel, viens ici, in French. He's like, come here. He took a glass of Sprite soda and he poured it on the griddle and everything just peeled off. Degreaser, soap, none of that worked. You put Sprite on there and it just came off like nothing. And I was like, what is it? And I didn't like Sprite. I always felt Sprite was like way too, like, I don't know, way too much soda water. But man, it just destroyed it. And I was like, and people drink that? Good Lord. Man, oh man. It's not Dr. Proto. It's just, I'm a very, when it comes to food, I'm a very health conscious kind of person because the first half of my life, I used to just go crazy. And I didn't gain weight. I was lucky. I had a high metabolism and I worked out a lot. I did a lot of sports, so it all balanced out. But man, did I used to abuse it. And in my later years of life, you know, when you're someone who doesn't gain weight because you work out and stuff and everything, it doesn't matter because on the inside you could still have high cholesterol or high blood pressure and stuff like that. And sugar will get you. Sugar will get you more than anything. I would kill to sit down and just have like 12 bowls of like Cocoa Pebbles, you know, Flintstones Cocoa Pebbles, or like Count Chocula. I love that stuff, but it'll kill you. It'll kill you. You're literally having a chocolate bar for breakfast. It's not cereal. It's not breakfast. It's dessert that's disguised as breakfast. And I love it, but it'll kill you. Michael Koo, for his toy, why is Mirage hologram done in blue? Boom, boom, boom. Talking about this one. I have it recently because of Mikey and Louie. There's been third party interpretations that use clear. The alternators version. Oh crap! You guys can't even see that. That would be hard to see. You could barely see it. I have They did a Vinyl Tech version that used clear instead of blue for Mirage when it was that Ford GT mold. But yeah, the BotCon version was blue. The Siege one that I just showed you was blue. The third party ones are use clear in general. Trying to think of any other clear Mirages. Creo didn't do a clear Mirage. Oh, the clear bot shots. Remember bot shots? Bot shots Mirage is clear. It's not blue. It's not clear blue. It's clear clear. I don't know. And you can barely see it over there. But the Robot Hero Mirage that uses clear blue also. Yeah, I never thought of that one. Making me think now. How dare you? No, I'm just joking. Making me think about it. But why they do it in blue? I guess blue conveys clearness. Oh, and then there was the Mirage from Robots in the Skies, aka Car Robots, which his Japanese name was Counter Arrow. I think it was Counter Arrow was his Japanese name. And they did that in clear clear. They didn't do it in clear blue. They did it in clear clear. Cringe McCringle, oh god, Proto mentioning that Vinyl Tech figure. I didn't know it existed. I want that clear Mirage now. Yeah, I believe it was I think it was a web exclusive or something. I got it years ago when everyone was trying to get rid of their Vinyl Tech and alternators. When like his Vinyl Tech and alternators was like pre-classics before there was classics, and then when classics became a thing in 2006, everyone's like, ew, I don't want these guys anymore. Or my Kiss Play. I don't want any of these. You know, like they were trying to get rid of it. And I was just like, oh, hey, I never got, what was the one I got? Nemesis Prime, the black repaint. I never got that one. Oh, the Ravage, that never came out here in Canada. So I slowly got all the ones I was missing. The yellow tracks, because we got blue tracks and Japan got yellow tracks. So I got that one too. That's weird. They never did that one since. They never did a yellow tracks again. Downright Superb, have you heard of a way to mitigate GPS? People spray, they do like all kinds of spray coats with stuff, but that isn't going to change anything. You could seal the toy, but the problem is that the second you're doing any kind of manipulation, it's going to crack under it anyways. You know, there's no way to mitigate it, unfortunately. I'm seeing weird stuff that happens with GPS that like years later stuff just breaks. Like the latest one that I could think of is like Scorponok from the Legend Scale Scorponok from movie 2007. No, I think it was movie 2009. They did it in a 2-pack, but like, you know, that breaks at the tail. Unfortunately, there's no way to mitigate it. They didn't plan it properly. They didn't know when they made the toy. They didn't know about the long-term effects. Downright Superb, Transformers Animated has only 6.6 in IMDb. Is that a result of Bayformers tainting the brand or something? People may have different expectations. Guys, it's called the normies. It's called people who are not Transformer fans giving their opinion. They watched one episode of Transformer Animated, and then they went, oh, I don't like this. I'm going to give it a 1. That's all. I would never use a public Discord as a representation of if something is good. Because my favorite movies of all time, Transformers the movie, Macross, Do You Remember Love, Initial D, Third Stage, which was also like an animated movie. Like some of these movies that I absolutely love, IMDb probably has them at 6, 5, 4, 2, 1. It's a personal thing. And Animated was a love letter to hardcore Transformer fans who loved the brand, and it also was nostalgic for people who got into the movies. They came into Transformers because of the Michael Bay movies, and that was their first Transformers series because they got into the movies and then boom, here's Animated, because we were coming right off of the Cybertron Galaxy Force series. So for a lot of people, Animated has a lot of different things that it hits. In my case, the reason why I thought Animated was great was because the creators of it loved Transformers and they loved to do little homages. Yes, Hot Rod Rodimus's design is slightly based on me. That might give me a little bit of a bias, but at the same time, there's a lot of cool stuff. It was very unique. It made Optimus Prime an Optimus Primal character, meaning he's not like a leader that's like trusted and everyone loves him and everything. It gave him that kind of underdog kind of thing, which I dig as a Rodimus Prime character fan, as someone who loves Beast Wars with Optimus Primal. They're, like Rat Trap might as well be Bumblebee and animated in a lot of ways. There's just so much going on, like that made it such a great series. If people don't like it, the masses, the millions of people that aren't Transformer fans that are on IMDb, who cares? Who cares? Doesn't matter. It's if you enjoy it. That's all that matters. You never have to feel justified of something you enjoy based on if other people don't like it. Take it from me as a guy who was a Hot Rod fan his entire life, and during the early 90s of the internet, how you have to understand, in the early 90s of the internet, you had G1, you had G2, and you had Beast Wars, and you had comics in between, and that's it. They didn't really know about the Japanese continuity yet. And the message boards were all, Wheelie sucks, Hot Rod sucks. Wheelie sucks, Hot Rod sucks. Wheelie sucks, Hot Rod killed Optimus. And as a Hot Rod fan, I had to endure that. I had to deal with people who hated Hot Rod. And what I enjoy is different than that. Aaron Archer, yeah. Oh, I have it in the other room. Damn. I have the Angry Archer figure. I have it in the other room. Let me go get it before I go. Let me just, before we go, because we're late today anyways. I always tell people, if you want an Angry Archer animated figure, there is a Batman toy line called Batman Brave and the Bold that was based off of a cartoon not based on the comic book Brave and the Bold. They did a little minifig series, and this one came with Sportsmaster. This is obviously Green Arrow, but it's such a good stand-in for the animated style of Angry Archer. So you could get him, and then you put him on your shelf with all your other guys. So there's your Angry Archer figure. We're past 2 hours, guys. I know we went a little long today, but it was great. Thank you all for coming. If you have not already, if you're new, like, comment, and subscribe to the channel. If you want to go the extra mile outside of that, we have Patreon and we have YouTube membership that helps support the channel, keeps the lights on, and all the craziness that we do here. Thanks again for everyone who came, all the big names in the fandom and people, former Hasbro people and everything, and Aaron Archer, and I think I saw Ultra Primal at some point too. I think I saw his name pop up there. Thanks everyone who came to the stream. We topped out at about 150 people today. Great stream. If you haven't already, go watch BotBots. Go check out Symbiote Studios' website and go pick up some stuff. Next week, anyways, I'll plug it again, but next week, again, be sure to check them out at WonderCon 2022. Check them out, yo. Thank you all for coming, for all the love and support. I hope you enjoyed your 2 hours while I talk alone with you guys. It's awesome as always. Take care of yourself. Take care of everyone around you. Be good to each other. It's a crazy world out there, and a lot of people are being crazy. Just be awesome to each other. Take care of yourself. Relax. Enjoy the rest of the day. And as always, like I say, roll out.